Hello my friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create 3 different bows. To begin, we're going to go ahead and start with the wire edge ribbon, and this type of ribbon is thicker. It does have wires on the edges, so it does give you more flexibility to shape it. And practically what I'm gonna be doing here is creating a loop. I'm starting with the first loop, and roughly measures about 4 of my fingers, and I'm gonna go ahead and eyeball the other side that I'm making. And notice that the key of my bows is to pinch the middle. It is so important that you pinch the middle at all times. Here I am creating the second loop, and notice that I'm pinching the middle, and then I am pulling the ribbon to the other side, and practically I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'm gonna create a loop. Notice that each loop, it's slightly bigger than the first one. This one, the third loop, the one I'm working on, it's a little bit bigger than the second one. And here again, pinch the middle. That is practically the key when it comes to making your own bows. And you can make as many loops as you like. I am creating 4 on each side. You can, you can create as many as you like. Once I'm done with the loops, then notice that I'm gonna go ahead and leave a piece out, which is gonna be the other side of the tail. And right in the middle, I will be using a crafting stick, and I will be tying the middle of the bow. Now, I haven't cut the ribbon just yet. I'm gonna do that at the end. So practically with these flexible sticks, all you do is just twist them, and your bow will be in place. Don't worry if your bow doesn't look neat just yet. Again, right now we are going to measure both of the tails so they are the same size. And now I'm gonna go ahead and start fluffing up each of the loops. Now this is gonna give it the shape that you desire. Now for the tail, I will be cutting in a diagonal line, and this is what we'll end up with. Now with a different type of ribbon, this one doesn't have any wiring, so it's gonna be a little bit flimsy, but that's okay. It's just, the type of ribbon that we're using. Notice that I'm starting by leaving the tail. Then I created a loop on the left side. I'm pinching the middle, and now I'm working on the loop on the right side. I'm eyeballing that they are about the same size, and I do want 3 loops on each side. Create a loop. Pinch the middle. Move on to the other side. And here I'm just making sure that it's about the same length. Pinch the middle. Create another loop. And I'm just, kind of eyeballing that it is about the same size as the previous one. Pinch the middle, create a loop, pinch the middle, and then you create a loop again. Once you're done with your loops, you are going to get a flexible stick. You are going to tie it up right in the middle. Now, again, notice that I am not cutting the ribbon yet because I do want to make sure that I have a tail. Now for the tail, I am going to create a V, and it looks like this. It is super easy to do. And if you want to cover that flexible wire that we use, I did have some rhinestones, and I think it is a great contrast with the red. It's gonna look very fancy, and all I did was just apply a little bit of hot glue and wrap it around that flexible stick, and you are gonna end up with something that looks like this. Very fancy. Now for the last bow, which is a curling ribbon. For this ribbon, you are going to just fold your ribbon like so. I went ahead and folded it 9 times. And you can make more or you can make less, okay? It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have 9 loops. Again, I'm pinching the middle and I'm getting that flexible stick. And for this one, you do want to make sure that it's very tight. Now for the edges, to give it more dimension, I am going to just cut off the edges on each side, and it's gonna look something like this. Now I already did one side. I am just going to each end, and then it kind of looks like a flower or a star. I'm just pulling both sides. When you do this, you want to make sure that you pinch the middle, and that's because you don't want to rip it apart. And when I am pulling each of the loops to the side, I am kind of making it flat because I do want my bow to look kind of on the flat end. You can make it fluffy if you like. I just decided to do it this way. And then for the middle, I went ahead and I got a little bit of ribbon, and practically I'm just gonna tape it. You can also hot glue it. You can leave it like this, but I want more. So in other words, I will create more loops, and practically I went ahead and did, what was it, 3 loops. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut the bottom. I'm pinching the top, and then with the scissors I am going to curl each end of the loops. Well, it's not a loop anymore, but I'm gonna go ahead and curl each end. And of course, you can also you can either hot glue it to the bow or you can tape it. I decided just to put a strip of tape, and that's gonna hold it in place. And this is how the bow turned out. Okay, my friends, so that is it. I hope that this video was helpful, and I'll see you on my next one. Hasta la vista. Mwah. Adios.